and part of the Joint Special Operations Command. And I was a former counter sniper and advanced team leader of a Department of State team.
Okay, so a lot of experience. How tough is that shot if you were to go right up there to here?
Look, I want to understand the fact that I can take anyone out of this audience right now who's never picked up a rifle, pull a rifle out of your standard Walmart that is not a manufactured rifle for a sniper capability, and within 10 minutes I can make that 9 out of 10 times for a person who's never picked up a rifle. This is how simplistic that actual shot is, and why I say about the divine intervention and the fact of how lucky a millisecond and a millimeter would have changed the outcome of this. But this critical failure, this malice, negligence, this dereliction of duty, at a minimum, Cheadle needs to resign. If not, I'm going to utilize the Homan rule to take her salary down to $1 and ask her to leave. I texted Speaker Johnson today, and I said, I want to head a J13 commission. I want a full investigation away from the FBI, who is the corrupt deep state, who has continued to try and violate our rights and liberties, who violated it 287,000 times, utilizing FISA as their excuse. I want a proper investigation. The J13, you want to talk about dangerous rhetoric? They tried to go ahead and imprison and vilify President Trump over J6 when he said, go home peacefully. You have President Biden who said, we need to it's time to put a bullseye on Trump. That's now not incitement of violence. That doesn't deserve a J13 Select Commission to go after the exact same things. Look, stop playing defense, start playing offense in the Republican movement. We have to understand that we almost lost the President of the United States. You don't come any closer to death. But his reaction should basically empower everybody. Single American. Look, he didn't rise in cowardice, fear. He rose in defiance. And this is a man who doesn't need this job. This is a man who says, I'm not, they're not after me, they're after you, I'm just in the way. He's willing to take a bullet because he believes in. When he says fight, 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 that's fight for our liberties. That's fight for our rights. That's fight for our Constitution. I
got to take a step back here. So you have been in executive protection counter snipering. So this is a question I've not yet had anyone address. From what I understand, again, this is layman of the laymans, no experience whatsoever. However, I'm a pretty good shot, but not great.
I actually believe you are.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good shot. But again, I'm a layman, just bear hunter and, deer hunter, but that's about it. So when is it ever appropriate to go back off of scope if you are a counter sniper?
Never. Look, so
the audience through what I'm talking about.
So the only time that you would ever come off scope is when you get what they call eye fatigue. You do get the point where you sit under magnification for so long that your eye will twitch. But that is why you have a spotter.
How long? 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
It's different for each shooter, right? And how long you've actually been out there, the conditions of the day, etc., what kind of glance and glare you have. But the point is, that's why you have a spotter. When you're not on scope, he is on scope. The fact that you had 2 sniper systems there meant that there should always be someone there. And when we talk about setting a perimeter, the advanced team's failure to acknowledge 160 yards away, that's perfectly adjacent to a stage, who has a clear line of sight, overwatch, and an elevated position, that is a perfect shot for any individual.
So I got to interrupt, though. We're getting closer to uncharted, like very dangerous territory here, and scary. Were there people that wanted Donald Trump dead that didn't do their job?
Can I just be completely honest about what I believe? Because I just say it the way I say it. There is such negligence here that I pray and I hope that that's exactly what it was, is a complete failure in the cooperation and coordination of local law enforcement and other agencies. But the more that I look at this, as much as I don't want to be this conspiracy to say its intent, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. First, they wanted to silence and censor him. Then they wanted to indict and imprison him. Now they've tried to kill him. We need to start having a proper investigation. So at minimum, we can share with the American people with confidence that this was just negligence and that we made a correction.
I pray it was a bunch of dumb people. But, Cory, breaking news today.
But look, DEI means DIE.
I agree, and by the way, we've been warning against that. But breaking news today, the Secret Service had eyes on this guy 30 minutes ahead of time. They knew he was there. They saw him with a rifle. How do I explain that? Do the Secret Service want Trump to get shot?
Look, at the end of the day, I don't think that his personal protective detail wants. They're great people. I talked to Eric Trump, but let me just say this, Eric. Let me say this real quick, Charlie. The bottom line is that 26 minutes on a rooftop, a law enforcement officer who actually encountered him on the roof that he pointed a rifle at. Why would that not have a emergency comms freak for everyone that's involved to be able to say, shooter on the roof, shooter on the roof, shooter on the roof, immediately grab the president, get him down, and get him out of there? This right here is the biggest failure and massive security breach that America has seen in 4 decades. We cannot tolerate this, and it doesn't matter if it's RFK who is being denied the rights to his own detail. You're talking about a man whose father and uncle had been killed.
We're going to go to the break. We're going to the